The request for the statements of poll will in some way help the case of the opposition, who has once again used the courts as a means of expressing their disappointment with the initial declaration of results of District 4 by GECOM following the March 2 elections. But what could be considered an amicable solution to the spate of events that unfolded following the elections was also barred through a civil litigation. According to Senior Counsel Neil Boston, a request made by General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic Bharrat Jagdeo for the statements of polls for District 4 has no merit, especially since a matter of this nature should be heard by another judge. Insert.
He wants all the statements of polls that were cast for Region 4 in the national and regional elections to be presented to the court.
This is part of discovery?
That's what he's seeking to discover. That's part of his discovery.
Boston explained that the request from Jagdeo would be better served in an elections petition. He further informed that Jagdeo's request and the interim order that blocked GECOM from granting permission to a high-level CARICOM team to supervise the recount of ballots will be heard together. But if permission is granted on Tuesday by the courts, is the Commission in a position to release the statements of poll for District 4? The senior counsel had this to say.
No. We are not going to do that. That is only the election judge can answer that. Only the election judge can answer that. There's no such thing as discovery. You can't want to bring through the back door something that is expressly shut out from coming through the front door in a process like this. That has to be done by way of election petition.
Meanwhile, GECOM Commissioner says Gunraj expressed the view that because the statements of poll are considered public documents, the request of Jagdeo from a legal standpoint can be granted. He, however, failed to give plausible reason as to how this is possible.
I believe that that application should not be met with such objection. It should be facilitated.
But legally, what grounds do they have what grounds do you have legally to have them produced?
Like I said, I am not making this comment as in my capacity as counsel. I am making this comment in my capacity as. I am sure that the parties who have made the application would make those arguments. I am not making those arguments. I am just reacting to an observation that I made earlier today.
But could you say what's the rationale behind asking for the SOPs?
I don't, like I said, ma'am, I don't know.
The CJ had said that she had dealt with the process in which the tabulation was done.
I think you are missing my point.
Javone Vickerie, HGP Nightly News.